This might be one of the easiest upgrades that you can do to your lawnmower, but does it actually make a difference? Today, I'm testing this Donaldson air filter upgrade kit against the stock filter setup on this Kawasaki engine using a filter minder so we can see if it actually makes it worth spending $250 on this kit. Because if this thing doesn't improve the airflow, there's no point. So let's find out. So to start off, this upgrade kit will work for any Kawasaki engines, whether it's an FS variation or an FV variation. And real quick, just to get this out of the way, this is not a sponsored video. The company did not send me these products, so this is going to be the true and honest results of putting this filter on this mower and seeing if it actually makes a difference. So the lawnmower I'm going to be doing this on is a Cub Cadet ZTX5 with a 60-inch deck, which this mower is sporting the Kawasaki FS 730V motor, which is one of Kawasaki's higher end motors made for these lawnmowers. And so far, it's been a good motor. However, I only use this mower to mow around my property, which is roughly 1 acre. So I'm only using this mower about 1 hour every week or so. And I recently gave it a fresh maintenance, which included changing this air filter, which was about 6 mows ago. So this motor probably only has 6 hours on it since I gave it the maintenance. So let's check out this air filter and see how gunked up and dirty it is, which you're gonna be pretty surprised how it looks. So with this Kawasaki engine specifically, it's fairly simple. You twist these tabs and you pull the cover off. And just like that, you have an air filter exposed, which is extremely dirty for 6 hours. Now real quick, I'll pull back this foam liner. And as you can see under here, it's not too bad. It definitely has some debris on it, but overall it's still fairly clean, which you would definitely expect for only having 6 hours on it. So what I'm gonna do right now to perform a true test to see if this filter really makes a difference is I'm gonna be using a filter minder, which if you don't know what a filter minder is, it's this little guy right here, which essentially measures the amount of vacuum that's being pulled into the engine, which will tell you how blocked up the filter is. A lot of times you'll see this on commercial vehicles or heavier duty vehicles. Normally you don't see it on residential mowers or even commercial mowers, but the whole point of this video is to see if spending that $250 is actually worth it. So I got my hands on one of these. So first, I'm gonna drill a hole in this hose here, hook it up, and we'll see how much vacuum it's pulling. Now this is gonna be a little painful to do, but I need to take this drill bit here and drill into this hose. But before I do it, I wanna take it off so I don't knock any debris into my engine. So peeking down in the hole real quick, it looks fairly clean, so that means this filter's doing the job. But the big thing here is this engine getting the amount of air it needs into it so that it gives it the most amount of power. So all I need to do now is drill a hole. Now I have this little 3/8 nipple, and I just need to pop it in and screw it in. So I kind of got it in there a little bit. So let me kind of turn it in there, which is actually threading in. Right now it's nice and snug on there, so now I just need to put the filter minder on top. Which for that we need some Teflon tape and just wrap it a few times. We'll screw our filter minder on. So now we got our makeshift filter minder set up, so we're gonna reinstall it, turn the mower on, and see how much vacuum it's pulling. The other thing I want to touch on real quick with this air filter upgrade is that currently the air filter is located down here, which is tucked really close to the engine. Not to mention it's lower to the ground, so that means it's going to suck up more debris. Where the Donaldson canister system will be sitting higher up, so it's going to be sucking in cooler air and potentially less debris because it'll be higher up. So enough of my soapbox there. Let's put that filter on and see what vacuum it pulls. So let's crank the mower on real quick and see what it pulls it to. So I just turned the mower over a few times and gave it full throttle, and the average result, surprisingly, was 0. Now I'm pretty sure this filter minder is working correctly, so I'm gonna pull it off real quick and make sure that if a vacuum is on it, it does come down. If it does work properly, that means this filter's still sitting at a 0, so it's actually working pretty good still. So real quick, let me take the filter off and see what it's doing. So a way to test if this is actually working properly, it's kind of funny, but all you need to do is take your lips on it and go. And as you can see, I pulled a vacuum myself, so it pulled it down, indicating that it would need service and it was having a lot of vacuum. And to reset it, just push the top button. So now that we know that this filter minder is working, we also know that this filter actually really wasn't pulling a vacuum, which is a good thing. But that's just the first test. The next test, which will be after we install it, is to see how dirty the Donaldson filter gets compared to this filter right here. So now let me show you the upgrade kit that I got and show you how to install it. So what you see right here is all you're gonna need for this Donaldson air filter upgrade. which from my understanding, there's only one company out there that offers this upgrade for these Kawasaki engines, which that company is Powerman Equipment. I'll put their link down in my bio. Again, this is not a sponsored video, nor do I receive any commission from this. But if this is truly a good upgrade, I'm gonna want you guys to get your hands on it for your lawnmower so that it's at its peak performance and so that you're not getting ripped off if this isn't a good upgrade. So the kit that I bought from their website retailed for roughly $245, or at least that was the current sale price when I bought it. And it was for the newer style FV Kawasaki engines, which they have all the options on there for the FS and FV engines. You just gotta make sure you select the right one when you're checking out. And what you see right here is what is included in the kit. Starting off, you have this back cover plate, which goes over top of where the old air filter sits. And it's also where you're gonna mount the Donaldson air filter. Came with some good instruction manuals if you're not sure how to do this. Came with some push pins to clip this down. Came with the dust cover for the Donaldson filter. Came with some clamps. Came with the Donaldson filter itself with the 2 filters pre-installed already, which I'll show you real quick. Pull that out. You can pull your white filter out, which will then expose this blue filter. So you have 2 areas of filtration, which is really good. And you also probably get twice the surface area out of this filter compared to the old filter. And to put it back in, you just push it all back together, slide the canister top back on, and clamp it down. And last but not least, it came with this rubber hose to route it down to your intake. Now the things it did not come with, however, you can install it on these Donaldson air filters, which is where this plastic piece is located right here. And that's the filter minder, which I got this off Amazon. I'll link that down below, and that I do receive commission off of, and appreciate it if you do use that link. So I got the filter minder, and I got the appropriate fittings that'll screw into the filter minder and directly into the Donaldson air filter, which will link those down there as well. And all that retailed roughly $35, $40 for me on that end. So all in all, for this specific setup, you're looking at $300, which is a lot for an air filter. But I'm all about getting the most power and performance out of my lawnmower. So let's install this air filter and see if it outperforms the current air filter. So to install this kit, you need to make sure you take your cover off, which we already have off. Then you'll need to unscrew this bottom clamp here, but you're also going to need to save this clamp according to the instructions and reuse it with that new hose. So we'll take this out of the way. Now we're gonna take this plate and literally just set it in place, which when you set it in place, you can see the holes. You need to drill out all 4 holes where they sit currently. And to do that, you're gonna need a 5/16 drill bit. Just make sure when you're going through not to go through too far because you could hit something on the other side. Then you take these included clips, push them in the hole, and push it down. And just like that, it's nice and secure and not going anywhere. So now the next step is take your 2 big clamps and fish them through the slots on the back side. Just go through just like that. So right now you're gonna take your new filter and your intake tube and you need to push it on. But before we do that, we're gonna flip around to this side and put in a 90-degree fitting for a filter minder. So we'll unscrew this part out of here. Wrap our Teflon tape around this 90-degree fitting. We'll also wrap the other side while we're at it. Now we're gonna screw this fitting in. Which in doing this, you're gonna wanna make sure that this nipple is facing on this side out. You got the 90-degree fitting where it needs to be. So we'll take our filter minder now and screw it into this side. And when doing this, you wanna make sure that you line it up properly. So I'm gonna put it right there. Now you're gonna need to take the short end of this hose and put this clamp on and then push it into this side. Put your brackets around and also slide the hose down on the intake on the bottom. Now you're gonna turn this up in the right orientation. Make sure you're feeding your clamps through properly. Now we're gonna start feeding these bands in. Feed the second band in and tighten them up. That's nice and snug. So now we gotta tighten down the clamps on both sides. Do the top clamp first. Top clamp, now we're gonna do our bottom clamp. So we got everything secure from where the intake is all the way up to the air filter. Now we just gotta put the dust cover on, which again, you'll have another clamp you put on. Slide the dust cover itself over, and now tighten that clamp down. Nice and secure. So right now everything's set up how it's supposed to be. The one thing I dislike with this kit right now is this. It's got a lot of wiggle to it, which I have a very bouncy yard, so I'm not a big fan of that. I think it's gonna be moving around a little too much for my liking. So I think what I'm gonna do is put self-tapping screws on the side here where there's plastic, and I double check to make sure it's not gonna go through anything on the other side, just the plastic. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and hopefully it prevents this wiggling it's got going on right now. So I got these little self-tapping screws right here. I'm gonna put 4 of them in, and hopefully it's nice and secure. So now when I wiggle this, the only thing that moves is the air filter, which is what I want. I don't want this bracket to be jiggling around. It's now rock solid. I think that's kind of a design flaw on their part. I know they probably don't want people drilling in to where their engine is, because you could obviously drill through it by accident. But I think for something this big and chunky, you need something a little more secure than these plastic push pins. But I got 2 self-tapping screws on each side. That plate's not going anywhere. The only thing jiggling will be this air filter a little bit, which not a big deal. So the last thing we want to do is install the sticker telling us what filters we're going to need to replace it on that Donaldson filter. And just like that, this filter's installed and ready to go. So let's turn the engine over and make sure everything's working properly. And real quick, I'm going to check the filter minder, which it really shouldn't pull a vacuum, which it did not. So that's great. It didn't pull a vacuum. Everything's looking good. Now the last thing I'm going to do is mow with it. So now let me go mow my yard, and I'll catch you guys in a sec and see if the filter got dirty. So it's a beautiful sunny day right now. The mower is ready to go. So let's test the air filter out. Just like that, the first mow's done with the new filter. So real quick, let me crack it open and see how dirty and dusty it is. The canister's definitely dusty, without a doubt. Let's see. A little bit of dust inside the canister there. Really no dust coming out of the filter, to be honest. Now it definitely has a little dust around the ring here, but for one mow with being pretty dusty, it looks fairly clean. And just a little bit of dust on the inside of the canister there. So you guys just saw, it was a little dusty, but definitely not too bad. Now obviously I only mowed once compared to 5 or 6 times like I did with the last filter. So I'll make sure to keep you guys updated down in the comment section below on how this filter looks in the future. Also real quick, looking at the vacuum breaker, no vacuum was pulled throughout the whole time of me mowing, which is good and which is what I would expect, honestly, out of a big filter like this. So the real test with this filter is gonna be time. Obviously, a few mows isn't gonna make much of a difference, but I'm hoping I can get years out of just this one filter because I definitely paid for it. Now, as a price comparison, I bought this for roughly $250, where you can get one of those single Kawasaki filters that's a knockoff on Amazon for like $10 or $15. So with that said, if you wanna ask me, is this filter truly worth it? Personally right now, I would say no. The only reason I say no is because I'm using this just for my house. This is a commercial grade filter, which I'm not doing commercial property. I'm not mowing every day for a living. I'm just doing my house once or twice a week, and that's it. So for me to spend this amount of money on just a filter is a little hefty for not really using it much. But I will say if you're in the commercial industry and use a mower like this, I highly recommend picking one up because I think in the long run it'll save you money and help the mower perform better. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the description below and I'll get back to you right away. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.